4, and the topic we consider is electronic mail. So electronic mail, that is email, it is both are important questions topic and surely going to come. So firstly we begin the lecture by introducing email. So we see email is a popularly known technique and widely used. So it is a method of electronic document transmission from an author to one or more recipients across computer networks. To send and receive email, you need an access to internet. Email servers accept, forward, deliver, and store messages. So email is very necessary and very convenient thus. So techniques in writing email. One can write effective email if he is very well familiar with techniques of email writing. Okay, email is, with its dominant features of ease and pace, has been accepted as a very common medium of correspondence, both formally and informally. Remember, in both formal communications, in organizations, or any corporate, emails are the very convenient mode of communication, and equally for the informal communications, even friends send to each other. Yet the vagueness in style and technique persists due to the multiculturalism. The ambiguity can be escaped from following a few tips and email etiquettes. So the manner of writing email, we call it email etiquettes. In exam there may be a question to introduce email and discuss the manners of email or email etiquettes. So we see certain things here. Firstly, email messages follow the forms and the texts common to the letters and faxes. So it's the new generation of, we can say, the letters and faxes. So the formats are almost same to a letter writing with little differences. For example, the words of salutations and complimentary words of closure. So but if you are making a series of communication with the person, you may dispense with the salutations and other complimentary words. If you are sending subsequent emails, you do not to overload the salutation words again and again. So you can dispense, you can ignore that. But usually you consider when you are sending it eventually. Secondly, there must be followed a clear and distinctive style between a personal message and a business message. The text of messages must be clear and courteous when you are sending a business or formal message. Things are very well imagined. One must consider the audience purpose, clarity, consistency, conciseness, and tone. One must not use capital letters in an email message. And thirdly, in techniques of writing email, we see one must rely on correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation in its writing. Always keep in mind your message should be simple, short, and to the point, because the reader of your message may be getting a lots of messages daily, of course, and he may not put so much time to a single of yours. So you should be very selective in writing your message very precisely. You should compose your messages so that it is conveyed. Now, thirdly, we see one must rely on correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation in its writing. Always keep your message simple, short, and to the point, because the reader of your message, he may be getting lots of messages daily, and it may not be possible for him to just figure out yours, single yours. So you must be very short and precise in sending your message so that it is read, not ignored. Then finally, in the end, you should check the entire message before sending it. Once you have sent, you cannot retrieve, you cannot undo the sending. So you must be very, very suggestive, very much careful about before sending the message. So after writing techniques, it is very necessary to the another part of message, the email, the format. So we see the format broadly consists to the message format and the address form and the address section. So the internet email format consists of two major sections we hear. The header, where you write the email IDs, and usually when you open an email on the screen, you see in the header box, the from box, the to block, CC, that is carbon copy block, the subject area, and date and other informations about the email. So another half body is the second body is the body, that is the main message box, the basic content adds unstructured text, sometimes containing a signature block at the end. This is exactly the same as the body of a regular letter. So you see, when you're writing the message in the other half, the next half of the email box, you just it appears like the formal letter, a regular formal letter. And one more thing you to note, the header is separated from the body by a blank line. It's all things you can imagine if you have seen a email. Then coming next, here is an ideal, I have put a view of that, an ML view. You can see it. So there is a send button and account, and there is to CCN. See students, here the structure we have taken is strictly for academic. It is not the electronic structure that you see on your screen or your desktop or your mobile. So it's only and only for your academic. In your exam, if there comes a question of writing email, you have to follow this structure. Strictly you have to follow this structure. You have to, on the first part, you have to draw that sender, then under that you have account, and then on the right you have three small tab boxes, to CC and BCC, and under the BCC there is subject, and in front of those three little boxes you have the long blanks to write the mail IDs. So in exam you only fill the to column, and subject you have to write an appropriate subject. You do not write the subject in the message text but in the address text. So here in the other half of the message, the contents you are seeing here is just like the usual formal letter, and everything, I remind you, everything is left hand format. Every line begins from the left, and every second line just comes under the first line, the previous line. See, there is no tab shifting, and this is full block technique of writing a letter. Remember, formal letters, the format you will be following is full block left hand margin. So every line will come or begin just under the left symmetry. So this is the structure you have to learn by heart for your exams. Supposedly, there will be a question of sending job application through email. So the covering letter you will compose in the format of email, not the general formal letter format, but in the email format. So you have to strictly follow the structure here, otherwise you will lose. Then let's count certain advantages of email. In exam there may be separate questions about discussing the advantages and disadvantages along with introduction of email. So a few advantages we can count here. Email has a great deal of advantages, we see, for it has proven itself to be a valuable mode of communication. So it is a proven mode and valuable mode of communication. To begin with, it is user friendly and easy to use. This is the very prominent factor why we use email, why we prefer email in either formal or non-official communications. The next advantage we have, another prominent benefit of email is that it is a time-saving machine, and one can send innumerous emails around the world in fraction of seconds. So email writing it is time saving machine. Okay, the next, it is now used in the offices and all where as an ideal means of communicating, and that cuts the heavy expenses of stationery like papers, printers, and electricity. It is single cost free most of communication which does not require any charges like the postage stamps. It does not require even the human power, the manpower, and you need not to wait for it. So the next advantages we see, it allows one to maintain mailing lists on the computer. Secondly, it will highlight you that it has already been sent, so it helps you avoiding a repetition of the same. Thousands of email messages can be saved and stored, and one can search messages through electronic files and folders. The next advantage is that drawings, sounds, video clips, and other computer files can be attached to an email. Letters, notes, files, data, or reports all can be sent using email. So it is convenient and very conducive for any corporation, for any industry to communicate electronically. The final we here see, as in the case of postal mail, emails can be marked with high, medium, or low priority. So priority can be easily marked, and that that allows the user to directly jump on the priorities. Now we, along with the advantages, there are certain disadvantages of email, and we have to equally consider, because we cannot ignore the disadvantages. So we see that despite of various benefits of email, unexpected challenges that one needs to be aware of when depending on emails, as this kind of because this kind of communication may not always be foolproof. A major disadvantage is that it greatly lacks privacy and security, hence it cannot be used to share confidential information. Then second disadvantage is that since all the hardware and software are not universally compatible, one may use the higher version and one may be in lower version working. So the receiver may receive a differently interpreted data because it's electronic digital data. So if the versions of softwares are not similar, it can vary in the message, like it may be underlining, italics, or the color may be different or varied than the sender has originally used to send. Then another disadvantage, another shortcoming of email is that it uses many acronyms, expressions, and abbreviations, etc. Unusual acronyms and abbreviations, they really cause difficulty getting the apprehending the information, and sometimes it may be the information may be misunderstood and erroneous for communication or replying it. Then emails cannot be retracted. Once you send the once you press the send button, once you send the message, there is no bringing it back. It cannot be retrieved. So you have to be very careful dealing with email mode of communication. And here we see we can receive too much or unwanted email, just like other types of junk mails, spams, and it may fill your memory. One may not, or one may have to take active steps to delete the junk mail received, and he is not able to stop it from being sent. So this is the further disadvantage through email mode of communication. So one has to consider both advantages and disadvantages of emails. In the main note, I am providing you some more advantages and disadvantages list. You can refer there. Now we go to the next, some tips of characterful email writing. How can you write futuristic or effective email writing? So develop effectiveness, we can follow certain instructions. So we have to care for that when you write email, write a meaningful subject line. Then keep the message focused and readable. As the reader, he may not have to waste too much time staring at the message sentences. So use attachments sparingly identify yourself clearly, because that will help the reader to find who important personality has sent that. So identify your marker identification, and in an approach, be kind and do not flame. Be kind to make response. Then uh, proofread before sending your message. You see, once you have sent, you cannot recollect or you cannot undo the sending. So before sending the message, you have to proofread it for accuracy, for contents and the languages. So do not assume privacy. Do not assume privacy. The message you sent can be hacked, it can be poked. So you shouldn't send confidential or private messages through email, because it is server based and it can be poked. So distinguish between formal and informal situations and choose the uh, mode of style and tone and format. Be courteous if it is so formal. And then the next is respond promptly. Once an email you receive in a professional place, it is a must to reply the email within a few hours. It shouldn't, if you are not able to reply at the same moment, you can uh, you can just you can just reply with the note that your mail has been received and we are looking into the matter, and or we will reply back soon, we have received your mail. So, and later within 24 hours you can have a suitable reply to your email. So you should not leave the email unattended. That is not professionalism. Then respond promptly. That the final tips suggested is show respect and restraint. So once you are writing an email, you have to show respect and your self-discipline. That is, you have to behave with your words and attitudes so that it poses a good formal impression. Now to the end of